is hitting its performance targets right now. We really do have to find a lot of improvement. Take a look at the report and we'll talk about it later, okay?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, TM. It's been 2 weeks since my last video was uploaded, and if you remember last video I told you I don't have time even to record due to schools and league racing. Like my time is limited, and that's why my content on YouTube has been reduced a little bit. But don't worry, we're gonna be back with uploading videos very soon, and we will upload F1 2017, Gran Turismo, WC7, and the F Factor finale is actually coming very soon. For anyone wondering, if you haven't already forgotten the series that has got in each of its videos 100+ views and 5+ likes. The best series I've got on YouTube. The finale is coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Probably on Monday or something, but I'm not promising anything due to my schedule. I don't have any time to record or to upload. But anyways, I'm really embarrassed to even upload an F1 2017 video. Like at that point, big YouTubers, even small YouTubers, are like on season 2 or season 3, and I'm on like the 7th race of season 1, which is a bit embarrassing, I know. And I know I promised something like 3 seasons on this game, but unfortunately we might have to stay only on 2 seasons, because as I've already told you, time is limited. I don't know how much time I have to record videos. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, but don't worry. I mean, other channels don't have the variety of content I have on the channel. Like I have Gran Turismo, I have WC7. Other channels just play F1 2017, but in my channel I'm trying to play as many racing games as possible, because that's what I like to do, and that's what I always wanted to do in my channel. But enough talking, let's get into the episode. It's the Canadian Grand Prix, for anyone wondering. As you can see, we're already doing our practice test programs. I can't even talk English at that point. Like, and yeah, onto the fuel management test now we are. And unfortunately, we couldn't get the purple result. We could only get the green result, as we only had one good lap, and once we actually controlled the fuel perfectly. So on to the race strategy test, where you have to do the consecutive laps. I think you have to do 3 consecutive laps in order to get the purple result, and that's what we're going to try to do, as Vettel blocks us a little bit there. So that pretty much slows us down into the second lap, even though the first lap was the green one. We had the opportunity to improve again onto that second lap, as you can see right here, already 3/10 up on the target lap time now through the finals. Again, take it easy there, try not to cross onto the world champions around the finish line. This is a nice second lap there onto the race strategy test, and we only need one more to get the perfect result, which is 50 points or more. And yeah, we pretty much done that. As you can see right here, already faster into the middle sector, like 4/10 or something. And yeah, it's going pretty well. But yeah, I can't stop talking about my disappearance from YouTube for that long time. I was also feeling a bit stressed about that. Like, I was like, okay, I might not have a huge I might not have a lot of fans, but you know, those 10-50 years watching my videos are gonna be like, how did he quit, or something. I want to make an informing video, but I think there wasn't really the need for that. Like, you were going to see me making videos again as soon as I could, and I mean, I'm going to make an informing video very soon, talking about the schedule of the channel and everything, and about my pressure at that point, you know, to upload videos. But that was that with the race strategy test. It was a perfect result. Onto the qualifying pace test now we were, and straight off the back there we have Lance Stroll ahead of us. I hope he's not going to hold us up, and actually he didn't. We got through him pretty easily but unfortunately through the final sector we couldn't just about have a good exit through the last sector, through the last chicane, and get that first green lap. It was just about 68 thousandths of a second slower than the target lap time, so we went on to the second lap, trying to improve again through the final sector. Can we improve this time? We'll see very soon. Around the final sector we get a good exit this time, and that's going to be really helpful to achieve our first good lap onto the qualifying pace test, which gives us a target position of 19th. So 19th could be our target for the race, for the qualifying position, for the qualifying session. And onto the third lap we're trying to improve a little bit more, actually faster than the target lap time to the last sector, which we also achieved there by 0.3 we were faster around the last sector, and that is going to be also this lap. And we've actually got another perfect result into this practice session. Something more I wanted to say is that this video is actually pre-recorded like a month ago, and yeah, you can understand how much I'm not going to be good at driving in this game after Canada. I haven't played the game in a month or so, so expect mistakes, I guess, in the next episode. For this episode, driving is fine, but for the next one, yeah, it's going to be a little bit scruffy. But for now, we've got some upgrades to do, because as you saw in the intro, the engineer wasn't really happy about the way the team was going, but I was trying to get as many resource points as I could and actually make some upgrades. We could also make an aerodynamic upgrade, because we've fallen off a little bit there, as Toro Rosso is faster than us at that point. We need to get through them, so we're going to also confirm that upgrade. I hope all the upgrades are going to be fine and they're not going to fail or something, so that we can upgrade the car, make McLaren competitive again, if you know what I mean. But especially we've got to upgrade the engine. But on to qualifying now. This is the qualifying session. This is our first lap around Canada, and it was a pretty good one. Not the best I could do, but in this session I've actually failed drastically. You'll see very soon what was my mistake, but for now I'm not going to spoil it for you. And already, if you haven't understood, this is a post commentary. And yeah, this is my first lap. As you can see, pretty smoothly, not a lot of mistakes, but around the final chicane we touched a little bit of grass there. Just about could have lost the back end, but didn't. But at the end of the lap was something like 3 seconds slower than Vettel, and even slower than the Sauber, so it wasn't really a good lap. It was smooth and everything, but not the best we could have done. On to the second lap now. We were something like 6 tenths faster, and now around the final chicane once again, through the wall of champions there, we have an improvement of something like 7 tenths it might be. And that is going to put us up into P9 ahead of our teammate Fernando Alonso. I still had time to find, I still thought that we could have improved, but unfortunately I missed out on the timing. We had another third lap actually on the Ultra Soft, so we tried to take advantage of that and make a better lap, which unfortunately couldn't happen. Actually, it could happen. As you can see, it could happen in the first sector. Through the middle sector, we lost something like 1/10, and this lap was a little bit scruffy once again, because our tires were a little bit bad, in a bad condition. So that's how you get the last chicane there, pretty aggressively there. I think I even made a, oh god, the fuel is done. Okay, just about on the finish line we would have an improvement of 40,000 seconds. Fuel, just, yeah, we've ran out of fuel. Great. Not an engine problem or something, but the McLaren Honda engine just ran out of fuel. Brilliant, isn't it? And because of that, I didn't have time to make an improved lap. So all you saw was those 3 laps on qualifying. I mean, I would have easily been on Q2. I mean, I had to gain something like 3 or 4 tenths, which was pretty easy. But I didn't do that purely because I'm an idiot, and I didn't even. I went for a third lap, whilst I didn't have the fuel to complete all those laps. But for now, let's go into the race. Onto the race we are now, onto the grid for this Canadian Grand Prix. We're starting from, I think, P17 it is, behind Jolyon Palmer. Once again, we could have been on Q2, but it just didn't work out for us very well. I've made some mistakes with the fuel and everything, and we couldn't go on to Q2. But this time, we've got a one-stop strategy. We're going to start on the Ultra Softs, surprisingly, not on the Super Softs, just to make as many overtakes as possible, and then go on to a set of Super Softs to finish the race on them. So, time for the formation lap. Let's see how we can do. Get ready for our first start on this game after quite a long time. So, okay, good launching there off the formation lap. Try and warp the tires once again, and get ready for the start of this Canadian Grand Prix. It's 3 lights, 4 lights, and now 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a great launching, and Stroll didn't get off to the best possible start. We're trying to go up the inside of him. Boskvied and Kevin Magnussen, we cut a little bit of corner. They try to go around the outside of Carlos Sainz right here. He makes contact, I think, with Nico Hülkenberg right here. And we're going to try and go up the inside of Carlos Sainz, actually around the outside. And now in terms of the inside of Carlos Sainz, and we're already up into P12 from P17. 5 positions gained into one corner there, actually into two corners. And now behind Nico Hülkenberg, we need to find some kind of pace in order to catch up to the top 10 and try and get into the points there. But Carlos Sainz already comes around the outside into the straight, tries to make the move stick. He made it done. It would be nice to get back into him, but unfortunately that top speed is dreadful, and it doesn't even allow us to cut up to Sainz with DRS and slipstreaming. So that's a bit of a bad thing to see there. For the McLaren team, we need to upgrade the engine. I'm going to tell it every single time. If we upgrade the engine, that the car is going to be fine. We're going to be able to score consecutive points. Like, that's what I'm trying to do here, but I can't, purely because of the top speed there. As you can see, Vettel flying past us there with his Ferrari engine. And yeah, we haven't even made our first pit stop, and we're into the top 10. I mean, we're going to be out of the top 10 as soon as we make our first pit stop, which is going to be right now on lap 13. Slow down for the speed limiter, for the pit limiter, and we're ready to make our first pit stop, which is going to be on the super soft tires. And we're going to go till the end of the race on that set of tires. So this is how we can do. Nice pit stop, 2.4 seconds there. And also with the manual class there on the pit stops, it's a good effort from the team. 2.4. Nice pit stop. Let's see where we're going to exit. I see a car here on turn 1. Could he overtake us? No, he can't. And it was Marcus Ericsson. I think that's Fernando Alonso, who unfortunately seems to have an engine problem again. And that is actually going to be it for Fernando probably. He might need to retire now from the Grand Prix. And even though he was in a good position, you saw that he was up into P14 there, but his engine just gave up on him, and he needs to retire from this race. Lap 19, these are tires are trying to fall off the cliff, and Palmer goes up the inside of us easily there. I don't know where do all those AI cars find that kind of top speed at that point. Like, they're just flying. Look at the top speed. I'm even on the slipstream, and I just can't catch up to them. It's pretty ridiculous to see how much faster everybody is. From me in the straight line. So yeah, once again another disappointing race. We made contact there with Marcus Ericsson, but yeah, it seems like a disappointing race on lap 32. I'm just getting overtaken from now on. Like, my tires are falling off the cliff. I don't have any top speed in order to like fight for my position, and we're down into P16. And as much as you believe that I have a faster car than the Sauber team, as long as they have the upper hand on the top speed, and as long as they have fresh tires, they are easily going to overtake me. And the winner is Lewis Hamilton. We've also got lapped, and a pretty bad performance on our return to this career mode. We're down to P16, and that is going to be the race for us. Around the final chicane there, onto the finish line. It's going to be a pretty bad race for us. Only one position gains, and it's P16 for the Canadian Grand Prix. We've got to come back stronger in Baku. That's the only thing we need to know.
Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed
Drivers
everything.
then out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top three today.
So these are the results of the Canadian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. Valtteri Bottas completes the 1-2 for the Mercedes team, with Sebastian Vettel down on P3. Max Verstappen actually overtook Kimi Raikkonen, and he's up into P4. Now onto the midfield team. 60th Roman Grosjean in his Haas F1 team there. Really good result for the Haas team. Nico Hülkenberg down into P7, and Sergio Perez down to P8. 9th is Palmer. Nice to see him getting some points, and 10th completing the top 10 is Esteban Ocon. As for us, a good race, but I think if Ricciardo and Lastro wouldn't have finished the race, actually let's say Ricciardo, if Ricciardo would have finished the race, then we would have been down into P17. It would have ended the race straight, would have ended the race in our actually starting position, so it's pretty disappointing result. But what a better way to close this episode on our return to the F1 2070 career. We're really just doing a classic car challenge. This time I'm going to choose the checkpoint challenge around Italy with the 2010 Red Bull Racing RB6. Because last time I think we used some more classic cars like the 90s cars. This time I wanna check out the 2010 cars. Like there's some cars that we've driven back in the day when we had F1 2010. Let's see how much the handling has changed since back in the day. It already feels amazing, much more like, it feels like the cars are a little bit more, have less weight than the 2017 cars. I don't know if that's true. I don't know the technical changes from 2010. I only know like the aerodynamical changes, not like how if the cars were lighter or heavier. I don't know those technical changes. Don't forget to comment down below any information about the RB6 down in the comments below. And as you can see, the checkpoint challenge is pretty easy. You've got something like 30 seconds to go through each checkpoint, and if you don't make it through checkpoints in 30 seconds, then that's it. And actually to complete this challenge, you've got to drive something like 9.20 kilometers around the Monza circuit. So already this car feels like incredibly nice. Through the corners it feels, as I said before, as we cut the Ascari corner there, it feels light, much lighter than the F1 2070 cars, and yeah, it feels pretty nice as a car. I mean, it's a nice experience to see that car. Actually, look at this. I don't know how is this happening, but I feel like I'm getting into the corners with quite a lot of speed. But I think the 2070 cars have the best downforce that F1 has ever witnessed. But this car seems to be like top notch in terms of downforce. In terms of top speed, seems really slow as I saw, just 317 kilometers per hour. But in terms of downforce and acceleration, seems like a really nice car to drive. We don't have a lot of time, just 3 seconds to go through that checkpoint 1, and yes, we made it. And that is going to give us, yes, finally, as you saw right here, 9.50, 9.60, 9.70 now kilometers, and the 9.20 target has been achieved. And this is the first time we've finally completed a classic challenge. Finally, we finally achieved something on those classic car challenges. There you have it. We passed the goal of 9.20 kilometers, made the checkpoints, and we finally passed a classic car challenge. This is the first time we passed. I think the last time it was with Ayrton Senna's McLaren when we just failed for something like 2 seconds or something. So it was pretty close. But this time we made it, and also that's where I'm going to end this video. And once again, I'm really sorry. I just can't stop saying that. I'm sorry for leaving you uninformed about what is going on, and sorry about not letting you know when I'm going to upload or anything. But if you really want to know when I'm uploading, go onto Facebook or actually onto Twitter, because I tweet quite a lot about my schedule. Or you can even tweet me out, like ask me when am I going to upload what, and I will answer you very, very soon. Don't worry about that. Or even on Facebook, there's a group called TM Gaming YouTube channel group, and that's where I actually post a lot of things like thumbnails on my videos. I ask you quite a lot of things about what should I do in the future, and yeah, it's a nice little community that I'm trying to build on Facebook on my YouTube channel group. But yeah, new video that is coming. I think it's going to be Gran Turismo Sports, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be something like online races or something like that, and also we're going to be starting a Gran Turismo career. But also the F Factor Career Mode finale is coming very soon. Let's see if we can win the championship with Michael Schumacher on the F1 2010 mode. But that was it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, follow on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.